to start with Rob Gledu. He had worked with David Jones. He invested into Floor Coverings International. Real quickly, Rob was previously his family and himself owned an ornamental ironworks business. This is a perfect example of somebody that had an independent business, decided to diversify and looked into franchises. He had researched a number of home service brands, very good with his due diligence, working with Dave. He opened his first Floor Coverings International franchise in January of 2020. Imagine that. We all know what happened in February and March. And during that stressful time with the pandemic and as a new owner, he successfully launched and grew that business to well over $350,000 during COVID-19 in his initial year while learning. So I'm not going to steal too much of Rob's thunder, but I would like Rob, he's going to read off, we've got some questions on there that are pretty straightforward, and then he's going to, share his story to each of those bullet points. Thanks for joining us, Rob.
Thanks for having me, Mike. Thank you for that introduction. In fact, hey, you said it all. You said it better than I could say it, I think. So
you did great, Rob. I mean, you're a testimony to the power of franchising. So kudos to you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So, but I like Mike said, it was a challenge. Opening up, I think my first day was the day after Christmas. We really I hit the road running, and it was almost like a day later. Well, we got a problem. And and we trudged on and got through it, and we're getting through it. And what you find out is that sometimes when you have a lot of adversity like this, you find a way. And I think that this is one of the great things about being in a franchise is that when you're up against a big challenge, and sometimes these challenges are greater than we are, especially as people starting a new business, and you're green still. You need help, you need some guidance, and being in a franchise really helped me with that. Floor Coverings International has a very beefy system. In other words, they help out with the marketing and both the digital marketing, local marketing, and just about every facet of the business that I need to start my business. Now, when COVID came, we had to realign a lot of things. We went back into our business plan. We made some adjustments based on the plan. And the reason that we did this was because we had to figure out budgets. And, you're not going to spend the same amount of money on your marketing that you might have without COVID. So we made those adjustments and came out with a revised plan and followed that. And we are doing that again. Revising the plan for this coming year. We finished, but they help with those things, which kind of gave me a lot of comfort and confidence moving forward. So they're helping with the PPP funding and all those things that are out there that, I really cannot imagine doing on my own without the help of with a franchise behind me. Floor Coverings International, top notch. Not only is it fun, before COVID, we would go out, we'd always be bowling with corporate once every few months, doing different types of meetings and training, whether it's training our DAs or design associates. Those are our employees who are out there in the front lines selling, or it's another event possibly, but and once a year we go out to Mexico. We have big meetings out there once a year as well at our convention. So there's a lot of fun. I've met many great friends, and if anything else, I have that to say for it. But working with a franchise consultant added, I mean, it changed my life. Dave helped me consider this goal in owning my own business and what it would take to get there. And when it came to, I would say, especially from funding the business, I had no idea I could do it. There are ways, I think you've heard in the last hour or so, that there's a way of transferring over your 401k in the right way. And there are people out there to help you do that. So when I found out, hey, I can actually do this, it was probably one of the most exciting and horrifying parts of my life that I've ever experienced. It's almost like when you have your first child, you're scared to death. At the same time, you're shaking with excitement, and that's the way it felt. But I have to say that working with Dave Jones, in my case, was an honor working with him, actually, and he helped me out from beginning to end, and that was my experience. I hope I answered all the questions, and I'm on not too running too long.
Oh, Rob,
You know,
that was fantastic. Mike, let me jump in. What Rob is being very humble about is, so coming through 2020, true confessions and true statements. As I mentioned earlier, a lot of transparency in the world of franchising, and you're going to get straight scoop. Secondly, the humility. He is off in 2021, and at one point during January, and I'm not sure where it's going to end, but is in the top 10 nationwide, going on his first lap around the track and into his second year. And at one point was number 4. So Rob is, it's that recalibration we talked about, and employing your resources where you know what's working, and stop employing them where they're not working. So great job, Rob. Congratulations. In 2021, you are going to crush it.
Thank you.